super jacked for this show. Do you know why? Why? I just told you I'm jacked. You knew why. I just told you why. We've had so many people on the show that have enriched our lives, whether it's media people or golfers or business leaders. Tonight really is one we've all been looking forward to. 21 Grammys Mr. Gill has won in his career. So, as I always say, you'll remember the show as the time when we had on stage 21 combined Grammys right here between me and Vince. He was one of the most decorated musicians of all time. Those are all reasons to like him. He's married to Amy Grant. That's a reason to maybe envy him. Yes, I know, okay. He also, and this is a reason to hate him, 112 miles an hour of clubhead speed. Please welcome to Callaway Live, Vince Gill. You know how golfers are. We're very envious. Very envious. Have a seat. Thank you. Thank you very much. And he's polite. Have you always smashed the ball, Vince? That's what everybody wants to know. Enough of this music stuff. Have you always been a big hitter?
Yeah, I've always hit it hard. And the older I get, the more I realize that I'm not going to be able to hit it a whole lot longer very hard. So
that's where we come in.
Go get it.
You keep making great music. We'll keep making stuff to help you hit it.
Fair enough.
Deal enough? How old were you when you started playing?
5 years old, probably. 5 or 6.
Did you grow up in a golfing family?
My dad played. He wasn't very good. Couldn't break 100 with a gun to his head.
My kid's dad is the same way.
But he played. He was a weekend warrior and got out there and played. And you know, when you're a kid, you always emulate what your folks do. And so it didn't take long before I could take him. You know, and but my favorite memory is first time he took me to play golf in Oklahoma. I grew up in Oklahoma City. He took me to this little golf course. It's a 9-hole golf course, and the greens were made out of cottonseed hulls. This was out in the country in the middle of nowhere, and I think you put 50 cents in a shoebox out on the first tee. There was no clubhouse. There was nothing. It was country hillbilly golf at its finest. And the greens, the cottonseed hulls, are kind of the consistency of mulch. And so they'd have these greens out there, and they'd kind of oil them and do whatever, and then they had a big roller that went down the center of each green, and they would firm everything up, so it was kind of hard, like hard sand, you know, and they had a string on the flag, so wherever you were on the trough, you took the string, and you were that far away, and you putted down the trough, and so...
You're making this story up,
No, I'm not. No, I'm not. And they always ask me, say, if you could play one more round, where would it be, Augusta or Pebble? I said, no, it'd be Crescent, Oklahoma.
You guys are such suckers. This is not a real story. Can't be a real story. We're gonna check that out. But you grew up also in a musical family as well. Your dad was played a little bit.
My dad played the banjo. I thought he was Earl Scruggs, but come to find out he wasn't very good at all. And his mom played the piano in church, and long before I ever started playing, my first memory of music is hearing her play the piano. She played "How Great Thou Art," and that's the first song I remember ever hearing. And he had an uncle that played, so there's a long list of musicians throughout my family.
And were you a natural? Did you pick it up?
It came pretty easy, yeah. It did. I just, for some reason, I could hear it. I'm not trained. I can't read music very well, and so that was not my future, but I could hear it in my head and emulate it through my hands. And you know, some people say, "Can you read music?" And they say, "Not enough to hurt my playing." You know, but it's you know, both are great. You know, I as a musician that has accomplished what I've accomplished, I still have regrets that I didn't stay with theory and learn to read, and it would, you know, stay with piano lessons. I took piano lessons from a little old lady down the street that had to have been 80 when I was 7, you know, and it was just a drag, you know, wasn't much fun. And so that didn't take, you know, and but the guitar did, and the rest is my life.
Well, it's really too bad that you stuck with it, because you could have been a hell of a golfer.
Well, not bad. I work nights. So it works good. You know, golf has been the greatest gift, you know, as I've gotten older. You know, when I was young, I had aspirations like everybody else to maybe try to play the game, played on my school teams and stuff, and wasn't very good, but I, you know, had the passion for it. And had basically been a scratch player most of my life, most of my adult life, and people would ask if you hadn't have done music, what would you have done? I said, well, I would have loved to have tried to play golf. You know, I don't think that, you know, but I had music spoke to me so deeply that it was never really a fair fight. You know, I was destined to play music.
Well, you're on tour now with the Eagles, which I think a lot of people know. Which we have one Eagles fan.
There we go. It's a start.
And for people, you got to start somewhere, right? Watch this. How many fans of me? See, no one. But people that kind of have followed your career, you know, for outsiders, like, oh, wow, that's a weird thing for Vince to jump in with the Eagles. But you've always been incredibly experimental and seeking kind of new things to try out with your music.
Well, I think we all fall into the same trap of pigeonholing someone into something, into what we perceive that they do. And because I've spent my life in country music, everybody perceives that I'm just a country singer. But I'm much more than that, and my history bears that out. But people often don't really understand or look deep enough to get that. You know, I played with a band in the late 70s called Pure Prairie League, and a country rock band very reminiscent of what the Eagles did and do, but their songs weren't quite as good as the Eagles. You know, they didn't quite have the career the Eagles did. But it's, you know, I just feel like if I was 10 years older, I might have come across those guys a lot earlier than I did. But even at 60, it's pretty cool to get a call and say, hey, you want to come play with us?
Well, we know why you're on it. Irv Azoff, obviously a good friend of ours here. Mm-hmm. He's also an alumnus of Callaway Live, Season 1. Check it out. And Irv's a big golfer. He was very good friends with Glenn Frey, and they used to play a lot of golf together. And so when Glenn passed away, we were thinking, oh, my goodness, how's Irv going to be able to play golf with the Eagles when he's traveling with the Eagles? And so we figured when Vince got the gig here, because then we looked at where are the Eagles actually playing their tour. We actually had the tour map here. I don't know if you've seen this.
I have not.
Vince, yeah, that's
I'd like to know where I'm headed.
But it's like, oh wait, they're going to Augusta, Pinehurst. I think that's Pine Valley. They may be jumping across to St. Andrews, Kohler. Yeah, there's not even a venue in Bandon. How are you guys playing there? Little different than
little festival
up there. But how has the transition been? 40,000 people now every single night. I know you played in front of big crowds, but it's a little different, isn't it?
Yeah, I'm drawing a little bit better than I used to. But no, it's been an unbelievable gift to have received that invitation. You know, and it's really important to me that people understand that it's very melancholy. It's very I don't know the right word to use, but it's tempered in the way I'm allowed to really be excited about it, because the only reason I got this chance is because of the passing of Glenn. And I really wish that I wasn't doing it for that reason, that he would still be here. But, you know, life is what it is, and you never know what's going to happen. And I think I've heard Don say it many, many times on stage, you're here because you love these songs. And these songs are what are important. You know, we're all going to come and go. We're all going to live our lives and pass, but those songs will live forever, and that's powerful. And you know, yeah, it doesn't sound like Glenn did when he sang it. It's different, and that's just the way it is. It doesn't lessen the song one bit, you know, which is the most important part.
What's your pregame ritual for a concert versus playing golf?
Oh, for a concert, it's about 30 minutes of the Golf Channel. Brush
Ladies
my
and
teeth
gentlemen,
and go get
Vince
it.
Gill. Vince! Oh!
Just one more hole. Just one more hole. No, it's pretty. I'm pretty low key and easy going, and I'm in a world of guys that they're not that way quite so much like I am, and it's been fun. It's been a real honor to come into something where you have to do something the way someone else would prefer you do it, and great learning experience at 60 years old. You know, I've been used to having my own way for a million years, you know, so it's fun to have to toe the mark and just do what's necessary.
Well, all this success too, and I think one of the things everybody says about you is that you're probably the most kind musician that they encounter. How have you maintained that perspective with all the success you've had?
Oh, I don't know.
Because you get to go on great shows like this.
Well, there's that. This could be the tipping point right here. Where I could become a complete ass.
Yeah. It's happened.
Because I heard you were kind of a big deal.
Oh, yeah, I'm bigger out here. I've been telling you guys this for years. Finally took Vince Gill for you to tell.
You know, I try not to believe the bad things people say about me, and I try not to believe the good things people say about me. I just kind of try to just stay right down the middle, you know. Just like golf, that's a good place to be.
It's never a bad place to be.
Keep it in the short grass, man. You'll be all right.
Well, I'll tell you what we're going to do here right after this break is we're going to put you to work a little bit.
Cool.
You'll see a mic
short game?
No.
A little short game?
Yeah, I'm going to have you sit here, and I'm going to play a few songs for the audience.
Come on.
Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. We're putting Vince to work right there. Right here.
Seen her at a party, yeah, doing her rounds. She likes to get it started. She likes to get loud. She's popping that champagne, taking shots down. She's living for the moment. She's a time bomb trying to take you out. Ticking of her heart is the only sound. She's a time bomb about to detonate. Try to cut her wires, but you're too late. Whiskey stain on her dress now. She's wearing it proud. There's nothing you can tell her. She's starting to shout, yeah. And now she's spraying that champagne all over the crowd. She's living for the moment. She's a time bomb trying to take you out. Ticking of her heart is the only sound. She's a time bomb about to detonate. Try to cut her wires, but you're too late.
Callaway Live. Ladies and gentlemen, let's go.
Now that I'm 61, I use a teleprompter when I sing.
Right in.
I don't have any idea what the words are to this song. Someone was kind enough to request one of my songs during the break. This is an old song. Sure have a pretty smile. It sure has been a while since I felt your touch. You got the sweetest way. Think about you every day. Well, I miss you so much. And my pretty little Adriana, are you lonesome tonight? My pretty little Adriana, I find you and it all feels right. So soft and innocent, the sweetest night I ever spent was being held in your embrace. You're such a gentle soul, it's killing me to know, when will I see your face? And my pretty little Adriana, are you lonesome tonight? And my pretty little Adriana, I'll find you when it all feels right. My pretty little Adriana, are you lonesome tonight?
find you when it all feels right.
Thank you so much. I'm not crying, you're crying. Thank you so much. Thanks for being here. Thank you. Vince Gill, everybody. Thanks for being here. Callaway Live. We'll see you next time. Right here.